So we'll start with Indra and Lizzie sharing about the retreat, and then afterward we will go to our question and answer. So I will start. I'm going to start with Indra because Indra has been to 42 acres. She's experienced the beauty. Lizzie has lived in the UK and outside of 42 acres, so she too knows, and they have so much lovely magic and joy to share. I'm going to release to them. Thank you, both of you.
Thank you, Chrissy. That was beautiful and elegant. Um, should we begin by just arriving in this beautiful space together with a couple of breaths, just to take a moment to meet each other in gratitude for this time together. And just put your left hand on your heart and take a breath to feel your body held by the seat beneath you. And feel your feet connecting with the ground. And let's take one breath to release any emotional tension held in your system. And one breath to release any physical tension held in your body. And another breath to release any of the mental clutter from the morning, from the day ahead. And let's take a breath together to breathe in balance and harmony for ourselves, and to breathe out balance and harmony for each other and for all living beings in the cosmos. We ask that Mother Earth deeply grounds us, and that is what is most true and most needed to be shared will be shared in our time together. Hmm. So, first I want to say how absolutely excited and honoured and thrilled I am to be doing this work with Lizzie Allen. Lizzie is one of the most radiant, generous, compassionate, and big-hearted people I've ever met. She has the gift of really holding space so beautifully, creating a safe container, creating a space where it's really okay to be you with whatever you've got going on at the moment. And she has that gift of being able to hold what you're going through and see you, hear you, love you enough to get to the other side of it. And I think the chance to work with someone, to be with someone like Lizzie in a space like 42 acres for 7 days and 7 nights is an absolute gift. Because she really cheers everyone on. I think that's very rare in a human, to really want the best for everybody. And for me to work in a retreat space that's held by someone that has that gift is an honor and a privilege. I've led quite a few retreats and I love collaborating. I love co-facilitating because the work, the magic is enhanced. There's two souls holding people and weaving together the work that we will do together. So someone was asking me the other day, why love, light and laughter? Sounds a bit woo-woo. And I said, well, actually, and I really mean this, it's the most serious work love, light, and laughter. I don't think there's anything more important. It's my mantra for life to bring myself back to a place of loving myself so that I can love others and so that we can be love in the world. Where there's love, fear can't remain. Where there's love, there's connection. Where there's love, there's community. Where there's love, there's more peace. And we really, really need that in the world right now. We need to lean into those places of loving community. And also into the practice of how can we shine our light? How can we fill up with light? How can we actually do that and keep doing that so that we can be the light that we are, so that we can radiate it, emanate it out to others and change the world by being luminous? And I 100% believe that this is possible. And this is what this retreat is about. And the laughter, that's medicine, isn't it? Laughter brings us together, dissolves the kind of embarrassing bits and the shy bits. As soon as there's laughter in the room, there's even more connection, and a sense of family, a sense of we can do this together. So yeah, like I mentioned, having 7 days and 7 nights, we wanted to make it this amount of time because it's not just a weekend away to have a little look at something or a little rest. This is a container where you will be met and invited to share what's most out of balance for you right now, what's holding you back, what's ready to be released, so that you can calm your nervous system, so that you can step more fully into your gifts. So we have the sort of arc of the retreat will be the first couple of days will be holding you through some experiential practices, some deep therapeutic practices where we can share what's holding us back, where we can really look at what's ready to be released. And then towards the middle of the week, we can start to feel into what were the gifts of that, what were the learnings from what we've been holding, and what are the gifts that we can see in each other and step into more fully. How can we use our gifts? What are we wanting to do? Who are we in the world? And in being in group, you get to witness each other, don't you? You get to see gifts and have other people tell you they see these gifts that you may not have seen in yourself. So it's a chance for us to really get to know ourselves through the eyes of each other, as well as in deep self-reflective practices. And then towards the end of the week, we really will weave in teachings about how to use your own healing hands on yourself to to be in balance, not just with your mind, but with your body and your spirit. Like it's all one. And I believe, and Lizzie believes, that we all have these magical gifts. We're all healers, and we're just, some of us forgotten that. So it's a chance to remember the magic that we all hold in our hands and our hearts, and get some practices, protocols, techniques to take away with you that you can use on yourselves, on each other. So there'll be time for partner work to really integrate the work that we've done to release, integrate the work that we've done to move forward, and to celebrate. I think we really, because it's the 7 days and 7 nights, are going to weave in lots of time for integration, lots of time for journaling, lots of time to just sit and walk in the 42 acres of beautiful forest, as well as sharing some really gorgeous meals, because all the food that we'll be eating is grown on the land. So we're going to be nourished in so many ways, in community, in love, in sharing, in swimming, eating, and becoming who we need to be to be in the world right now, right? There's some crazy crazies going on, and we need to step up. We need to not collapse in the fear and the doubts and the pathway of suffering. There is a choice. And Lizzie and I both believe that, don't we? That there's always a choice. Shit happens, it's hard, pain comes, fear comes. And this isn't spiritual bypassing. This is like, we know the pain. And both of us have lived through many times, challenging times. So that's part of what we offer as well as teachers, is our own experience. So yeah, Lizzie, did you want to share a bit more about what we'll be doing?
Thank you, Indra. That was so beautiful. And I felt like crying when you were introducing me. That was such a lovely, yeah. So before I start, I just want to introduce Indra and say that, you know, we had met through the Women's Circle movement. And if you haven't heard of that, that's this bizarre idea. I don't think it's a bizarre idea. It was an idea that I had last year that just took off. And Indra's in London and I'm in Canada. And Indra joined in maybe the very first few meetings and became, you know, a dear friend very quickly. And I was very glad to know her. And I was going through a really big shift last summer. And probably some of you remember, if you know me, I share my journey, you know, and it is a journey. And Indra and I supported one another. We were both going through stuff. We support each other, and we got to know each other's strengths. And Indra has got the most brilliant way of holding space, and she has moved through such adversity in her own healing journey, and that what comes out the other side is a very regulated, very humorous and light bringing soul. And she works regularly with all sorts of people. And she did a couple of sessions with me to help me move through some energetic cord cutting and grief, basically. And I am absolutely blown away with Indra's skill set and our ability to work with one another. It's just a really beautiful relationship that we have, that we're building, and the work, you know, working together is going to be beautiful. And I feel really touched that we've, you know, that we're walking together towards this. And just whenever something happens, whenever something is easy and it flows, it's right. And with booking 42 acres, it was a very easy process. And let me tell you, you cannot book 42 acres. You need a year in advance. For some reason, there was 1 week and it was ours, and it just happened. And it was like, okay, well, it's a big undertaking because it's a big space. You know, it's like, I can see us there, and I can see this beautiful group of people, and I can see us around the fire, and I can see the work we're doing. And I have no idea how we're going to get there, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there because it feels important. It feels right, and it feels timely that we come together and we do this very deep work. And what we're offering you when you feel called to come and be with us for this week, we're not going to put anything into you. We're going to help you to let go. So it's my experience and my understanding that each of us has a completely unique expression of the life force. You know, the light, the consciousness, whatever you want to call it, that turns a forest, you know, a seed into a forest, that breathes us, that moves the stars. That's the energy that wants to express through each and every one of us in the completely unique way that we need to bring our light into the world. And this retreat is 26 of us coming together, and that's including Indra and myself and our small team that's going to be coming and supporting you. We've got our small team. So Chrissy's going to be there. She's our producer. We're going to have a couple of volunteer facilitators, or not facilitators, but supporters to help you with your journey and to keep things. And then we have a brilliant team at 42 Acres that, you know, this is a 5-star experience of being cared for. They will, you know, there's a team there that will take care of any of your needs. And there's a swimming lake with a sauna, you know, wild swimming with sauna and fires. And then we want to keep this on the down low, but the end of the week really will be about celebration. And, you know, and we've got some amazing things planned, and I don't want to say too much.
Don't give it away, Lizzie. I can see you're like, I want to tell them.
You guys, you're gonna. Because here's the thing about it, right? With a process, and this is a process, and I've done a lot of this work and supported a lot of this work, and had gone through this myself. With a process, we're going to go and meet the shadow. We need to go and bring the light to the dark areas in our own peripheral vision before we can, you know, because it's not, you know, with a process, it's going to be a journey, right? And for some of us, it might be right at the beginning that we feel, you know, the blocks in us that, no, I can't go any further. For some, it might be during the middle. You know, this is a process that's for you, but the way we're designing the week is to carry you through a process that will allow you to really embrace the experience of the wholeness of who you are and what is it that's blocking. So if you're feeling like, okay, I see myself shining this bright in the world through the expression of whatever it is that you uniquely bring. And you'll know this by the way it makes you feel. It makes you feel like I could do this forever. It's not work. But there's something, if there's something like is it shame? Is it fear? Is it, you know, conditioned, you know, responsibility for what will people think? Whatever that block is, that's the part that this week will be gently moving to the one side so that we can shine as brightly as we must in a world that's currently so dark. And so we're going to be a family, like Indra said, by the end of it, or even by the end of the first day, we're going to be a family, and we're going to support each other as we walk through this stuff together. And is there anything now that you can think of? Now I've had a little, we can
I
open.
think that was beautiful. That was really beautifully put, Lizzie. And thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I think you really spoke beautifully about how this work will be held in every area. You know, you're going to be comfortable and fed and surrounded by beauty. And being in a retreat setting with a small group of people is my favorite thing to do in life. It's so, I don't know if all of you have been on a retreat before or perhaps taught them, but I've been on many and I've taught many, and every single one has been like, I wish I could just be on a retreat for life, because the way people come together, it's like, you know, that sitting around the fire, the stories that we'll share, the tears that we'll share, the hugs that we'll share. It really is a special, special time, and it's so needed at this time to actually come together physically to hold each other, you know, to look into each other's eyes, to see each other. and feel energy, feel how important it is that what we share is felt by others, and that what you share is felt by us. And that is harder to do, isn't it, in a society where there's so much noise and phones buzzing and, you know, things to do. So to have the gift of there's nothing to do but be you for 7 days and 7 nights, I think it's really precious. It's really, really precious and important. Yeah.
Indra, I'd like to just thank you and Lizzie for this. This has been lovely, and I've had the pleasure of getting to know both Lizzie and Indra, and I have to attest to their amazing, magical, authentic hearts that have like touched me deeply and brought me to just a really grounded, amazing place. We're at about the halfway mark or 30-minute mark, and I'd love to open up, if you're ready, to questions. So if anyone has a question, you can raise your hand or type it into the chat box, and we'll try to make sure everyone's questions are answered. I just ask that everyone's polite and allows questions to be asked before any new question, answer before any new questions. So thank you both again.
Thanks, Chrissy.
So if you'd like to turn on your video, that's welcome. Just know that we are recording for anybody who came in later. And so if your video is on, you will be front and center and part of the recording. If your video is off, we will hear your voice, but you will not be part of the recording. So that's your choice to make. Thank you.
Chris, I see you, Chris, getting her hair ready. Love it. You look fabulous, darling.
I just got back from a run.
Good stuff.
And sorry I'm late. I couldn't get on. Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had a couple emails, and I'm not sure why there's an issue. It should just be that you were able to get on. So
sorry, Chris, but we will send the video back to you, and you can watch it, because it was unforgettable what we said.
It really was.
It was like a Broadway show. You don't.
It was. Everyone else is just stunned into silence right now because they're like,
are there any questions? Or did we say everything?
Well, there was a question about the days, so I'm just going to retype that it is July 24th to the 23rd.
31st.
To the 31st. Sorry, I'm typing again. I'm talking.
24th of July to the 31st of July, which I predict will be the sunniest week of the year.
Maybe I know as part of this, questions I've had are similar to like what should I bring? Is there anything specific? What should I wear? What type of, can I bring food? Like, these are just questions of my own, so I'll bring those up, so maybe you can address those.
Thank you, Chrissy. Everyone will be sent a list of things to bring, what you might need. So that will go out once you've booked on and a bit nearer the time. Yeah, so thank you for that. That will be made clear.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll be providing so things that are provided, towels and toiletries and food and all of the stuff. So there's 3 beautiful meals a day plus snacks and things like that, which they make available to you whenever you're hungry. There's a team there, so if you need something, that you can ask them. If you have dietary requirements, you can just let them know. We can let them know ahead of time, and Chrissy will be there as well, so you can take anything and ask her. Not take anything, but you can ask her for anything, and she can go to the team and get it for you as well. So there's that. I would bring a swimming costume, or whatever you call them in the States, so that we can swim in the lake and do the sauna as well. So, I mean, cozy cozy stuff for later at night. If we're sitting around the fire or walking around, outside, it does cool down a little bit in England at night time. But you never know; it could be a heat wave. We've had that as well. I've gone home when it's like the south of France, so there's that. But yes, we will send you a full list.
Have lots of layers because it's changeable, and we will be outside some of the time because working on the land will be part of what we're doing.
But we do have this beautiful inside space, the yurt. Is it the yurt?
The yurt is a absolutely stunning Mongolian wooden hand-built yurt. And we're going to be teaching most of the time in that space. It just got beautiful energy, and that is close to the fire circle, so we will have a couple of fire evenings.
And we say teaching, but it's also actually facilitating and holding space as well for process. There's a lot of group processing that can be done, which is absolutely beautiful. So we have the inside space and the outside space. Any questions?
Hege has her hand raised.
Hege has a question.
Hege.
Hello, thank you for your beautiful sharings, both Lizzie and Indra. I just wanted to ask, what is including in the price when you book? Can you define that, please?
Do you want to do that, Lizzie? Or?
Chrissy, do you want to do that?
Sure. Again, I'm usually behind the scenes. I'm helping for someone who's not feeling well today. So it's a beautiful experience. We have your room. All food is included, including the 3 meals plus snacks. The retreat is set in a beautifully wild, natural landscape. So you have trails, there's a lake, there's a sauna, there's an actual tree house that you can enjoy. There are just 42 acres of gorgeousness. So you have that. There's the beautiful indoor spaces. So each space has a living space, a shared living community space. So like a living room with a kitchen, full kitchen, books to read, just lovely spaces that you be able to share, commune. There are amenities that are included. I know that they have their own toiletries, and like we said, all the needs you'll have, everything's taken care of, sheets and towels. So a true spa experience. If I'm missing anything, I know Indra, you've been there personally, if you wanted to share.
Yes, it's thank you, that was beautiful, Chrissy. It is a magical space, and once you're in there, all your needs are met, really. There's no need to bring any extra food or anything but the clothes that you wear and a notebook and a journal, maybe. So it used to be a family-owned estate. So it's a very large farmhouse on 42 acres of land. And we've got, it's 4 little houses, 4 big houses, actually. The space is beautiful. And so each of the houses has its own place to relax, really beautiful kitchen and dining room. Not that you'll be cooking, but it's a place where you can just go and sit if you want to be a bit more on your own, and to get to know the people you're sharing the house with. So there are communal spaces dotted around. You can go and curl up with a book in a little nook somewhere. You can see the most gigantic bathroom I've ever seen in my life. You just dance around that if you want to. There's some really stunning details. It's really beautifully and comfortably. It's not like it's so fancy you can't touch anything. It's homely. So that's that's how they want us to receive it as home. So everyone will have their own little space, and everyone has shared space. So it's their ethos is about let's come together. So it's not about you go in and you shut the door and you only come out when we're meeting. It's the idea is we're sharing a space. We're living together as a family at this time.
If you go to Lizzie's website, there are some beautiful photos. The link is in the chat. You can see some of the gorgeous photos of what the actual 42 acres looks like, and some of the food that you'll be eating. There's meal menus on the website. There are vegetarian options, but there's also some omnivore options if you do have questions about that. There was a question about transfers. Chris, I'm not sure what that question meant. If you would like to speak to that, please do.
Sure, I was typing it out. Are there transfers from the airport to this retreat place?
We can work something out for you, Chris. That wouldn't be a problem if you need help. Yeah.
No, I mean, is it close by to the airport? Is it like I could get an Uber?
Yeah, you could get an Uber. It's about
Okay.
probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours from Heathrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the other thing you could do, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to get would that be the way you'd want to do it, with an Uber?
No, not necessarily, but I'm getting in at the last minute. And no, I can rent a car.
You can rent a car for sure.
Yeah.
We'll also share, anyone who books will have a full menu of information on
Okay.
what's available.
Yeah.
Chris, if you're going to rent a car, you won't use it for 7 days. So it would be cheaper to get an Uber.
I mean, I won't run away and go off to the no.
If you need to run away, I'll help you run away if that comes up.
Yeah, no, but an hour and a half for an Uber.
But if you rent a car, sorry if this is, but if you rent a car, it's really expensive, and then it's 7 days just sitting there.
Okay.
Whereas you could rent the car on the other end. Or the other thing is to get a coach. It's very easy just to get a coach straight from the airport, and the nearest place would be Chippenham.
Okay.
Or you could actually, they might have a coach straight to Frome, and I can help. Chrissy can help you with that. I know exactly how it all works, and it costs about £10. So you can book it in advance. It's so easy, and then just get a taxi or an Uber from the coach straight to the. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the way to do it.
Cool.
Hege's got a hand up in the air.
I just want to introduce Hege is already booked and bought her flight and on her way. So Hege, tell us a bit more about why you decided to come.
Okay, I will do that. But first, you didn't actually reply my question, because I was asking, when you buy the ticket, have you all included in that? Is all included in that?
Everything is included.
That's what was my question.
Yeah,
all of it.
Drink,
but thank you for sharing.
Sorry.
When you have paid, you have paid.
Yes.
You have paid
everything. Food, everything is included.
Facilitation, the whole process.
Yeah.
Everything.
And we'd be like, Hege, it's £5 to go swimming. Don't get your purse.
Yeah, there's no extra costs.
No, okay. Sorry, I just yeah. What did you ask, Lizzie?
Why did you decide, as soon as I put this up, to decide to come on this retreat? Tell us, if you will, in your own words.
Yes, firstly, where should I start? I know you and Indra from the WCM. Sorry, my name is Hege and I'm living in Norway for anyone. I can't see everyone, but I've been joining in the WCM since it started in May 2025, and it's been really a beautiful and journey, and I really found in Lizzie and in Indra this feeling of shared values, and I'm trusting in them, because many people are speaking, but you know, they're the only word coming out from them. But you know, when Lizzie and Indra speak, you can hear the depth and the sincere voice from their hearts and souls. And this really resonates with me. And I think it was time for me to invest in me in life, and not being concerned about having too many things, because I believe that we are always being taken care of, even if we are in any circumstances. But because I've been nurturing people, a choice from me, all my life, and now it's time for me to choose to invest in me so I can really share my gifts, because I've been like this invisible aunt. I don't know. No, but I think I have something to share with the world. But I have, yeah. What I should say, that I really, everything resonated with this retreat. The facilitators, Lizzie and Indra, the space and everything, and our values, and this feeling of finding a community with people with like-minded values, who wants to grow and work for love and peace in the world. And this morning I really got a message about something that come even more close to why I'm going, because I love water. I love to swim in water, in pools and in the sea, but I'm also actually afraid of the lake. And I know the lake is standing for some kind of the unconscious you don't see in it, because sometimes it can be like not easy to see the bottom. And I had the experience in my childhood where I feel really drawn to a lake, and I feel this scary pull. So I think this lake is also a metaphor for I have to break. It's some fear I have to face inside of me. The lake is the metaphor for this. So I wasn't really aware of this when I booked it, but I really trust in Lizzie and Indra, and I know there are really kind people, and they are sincere, and they are honest, and they really want the best for everyone, and I mean everyone. So there's no ego back there. There's no ego. It's for serving the whole. I know that. So, oh, yeah. I think I should say just one more thing, because in our world, we are so much in FOMO. And we know that if we are not aligning with ourselves, this is the FOMO we should be afraid of missing out of. So, yeah, I believe that we will be in FOMO, in Frome, connecting and aligning with ourselves. So, yes, I'm really looking forward to this. I have booked my ticket. I have booked my flights. I've arranged everything. So I'm going anyway. So I hope to see everyone there.
Thank you, Hege.
Oh, thank you, Hege.
So beautiful.
Beautiful. Any other questions? Or comments even, or how this might have landed for you, or just if you want to share anything, feel free. if you've
Who's
just...
just saying,
Oh,
it's
yeah, Lisa.
absolutely
I just have a
magical.
question. Is this the first retreat that the two of you are doing together? And do you see yourselves creating something that sort of builds into a community where, you know, we can continue to sort of learn from each other and work with each other, you know, going forward?
That
Thank you.
is a great question.
After
Yes.
that,
And we are planning to carry on this working together. And also there will be an onwards journey with the group afterwards. And we were kind of thinking around what that would look like, regular Zooms and possibly a meetup and things like that. Those are things that we can plan as a group together while we're there, because every retreat is completely unique and will be unrepeatable. So the people that come into the container, and that's what I like to see as an energetic container, and as we move through, we get to decide how we stay together, carry on supporting one another, and move, because this is likely, if not completely, definitely going to be lifelong friends. You know, it's lifelong friendship. This is not just a holiday away. This is a movement, you know, a movement of love and peace. Does that answer?
Beautiful. Thank you.
Indra, did you want to say anything on top of that?
just a beautiful question. I think it's a really important question, and both Lizzie and I are, as Lizzie said, this is a container and you won't just be chucked out the other end. The container is already open. We're working with it, meditating with it already, working with the land, working with the souls that are gathering. And that's very important to us, that connection, the connection of all of us, the light web that we'll be weaving with each other will always be there, and we will consciously work together. Whether that's in, like Lizzie said, Zoom meetups the next year, who knows? We're co-creating it.
John has a question.
Yes.
I've been away and life has sort of passed me by. And so I only saw recently just a little something came up and I thought, oh, what's this happening? And so I don't really know a lot about it apart from what you've said today. Is there a website or somewhere I can go to sort of look at more details and things?
John, there's a link at the top of the chat. I'll put it again in the chat on Lizzie's site, and it explains everything about the retreat. It introduces both Indra and Lizzie. It links you to, if you decide to choose to purchase, it links you to the site that has all of the different options for rooms. And you can always email us, and any one of us will answer all of your questions.
Sure. And if
It's
you
just,
go on.
I do have a conference that I'm going to in early July within New Zealand, but I've got a lot of preparation and what have you to do for that. And then I'm hoping to go to Central Asia in September. So whether the timing's any good or not, I'm just not sure. Because as you know, it's a bit expensive to get from New Zealand to the other side of the world. So, but it's nice to hear that you may have other ones later if I'm not going to be able to come to this one.
Yes, I think this work will continue forever and ever and ever into the next life and beyond, probably.
And we're seeing you there, Jan.
Yes, Jan, you are definitely included. Don't worry.
There.
You're on the fun bus, Jan. Don't worry.
I think I've had enough fun over the last months to last me the rest of the year. But anyway, but thank you for that. I'm just going to leave you now because it's
Okay.
6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah,
Oh,
just
thank you for
lovely
joining.
to see you and to hear about this.
Yeah.
What you're putting
Everything's
together.
on my website, lizzieallen.com. You can just click on retreats and you can find it. So
I will.
lovely to
Thank
see you, Jan.
Yeah, and we'll see you early next week. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jan.
Hi.
That's up for a question.
Okay.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw my chat, but I'm on the left coast of the United States. I'm a busy girl during the summer, and but my heart just longs for this. I've been in the world of women and sisterhood for so many years, and understand that this is like women are the important part of the change that's happening on the planet. And just knowing you two from the short time I've been with WCM, I know this is going to be a most powerful event. I mean, my spirit just longs for it. It's like, why can't I have a spaceship and I can just be there and, and rearrange my schedule kind of thing. But so I know this time is not.
I don't know, did we lose?
I think we might have.
She's
Might
back.
be frozen. Is she back?
My God,
Yeah, she's back.
my connection is unstable. It just told me.
Well, thank you, Mosa. And it's one of those, isn't it? It's either you're there or you're not. That's up to the universe. But thank you so much for sharing that you feel the importance of this, and you feel that, had you and should you be able to get there, it would feel right. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Appreciate you, Mosa. Oh, also, if you would like any information about like a payment plan, Chrissy is happy to answer those and help set that up for you if you need that. And you would just email info at
Hilarapy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, info at
or just click on any of the links on the website to email, and we'll work with a payment plan.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, personally, I can attest to Lizzie and Indra's ability to turn you into family. I met these women and feel so connected to them. Stranger, looking for connection, randomly wound up on the Women's Circle movement, and here I am. And I just am so thankful for it, because the two of them are real, true, genuine souls. And it's something that's hard to find sometimes. And I appreciate the connection. So thank you both. And I hope to see everyone in the UK.
Okay, so that kind of feels complete. If we don't want to keep going on and on and on. So if you have anything,
if there are any other questions, just
just send an email and we'll be happy to help you out and talk with you, whatever you need.